For decades, Brad Pitt's love life has been Hollywood's favorite headline. From whirlwind romances to heartbreaking separations, every chapter of his story has been told. Except one. After years of silence, Brad Pitt has finally opened up about the woman who left a mark no one else could. Who is she? And why, even after all these years, does she remain the love of his life? Let's journey through Brad Pitt's romantic past, the highs, the heartbreaks, and the one love story that never truly ended. Early romances, the road to fame. Before the fame, before the red carpets and golden statues, Brad Pitt was just a young dreamer chasing Hollywood. In the late 1980s, he dated British pop star Senita, who once described him as beautiful, young, and sweet. Their romance was innocent, ending just before Brad's career took off, a decision Senita later admitted she regretted after seeing him in Thelma and Louise. Soon after, Brad was linked with actress Jill Schoelen, his co-star in Cutting Class, and later with voice actress E.G. Daly, who described him as deep-souled and driven. Even in those early days, everyone around him could sense that Brad wasn't just another actor. He was destined for something big. Then came Juliet Lewis, his co-star in California, and Too Young to Die. They fell deeply in love. Brad once said, "I still love the woman. It was one of the greatest relationships I've ever been in." But as time went on, fame pulled them in different directions, leaving behind memories of a love that burned bright but brief. The Gwyneth Paltrow era, love and heartbreak. In 1994, Brad met Gwyneth Paltrow on the set of C7 Their chemistry was instant, both on and off screen. Brad called her his angel and the love of my life during his 1996 Golden Globe speech. The world believed they were Hollywood's golden couple. They got engaged shortly after, but in 1997, Gwyneth ended the relationship. She later admitted she wasn't ready, saying her father was heartbroken because he adored Brad. Years later, Gwyneth revealed how magical their connection had been. "It was love at first sight," she said, remembering the night he proposed on a balcony in Argentina. "It was young love, pure and passionate, but not meant to last." Yet, their respect for one another endured through the decades. Even today, they call each other friends, though the spark they once shared still lingers in Hollywood's memory. The Jennifer Aniston era, Hollywood's golden couple. Then came Jennifer Aniston, the woman the world couldn't stop talking about. Brad met Jennifer in 1994 through their agents, but it wasn't until 1998 that sparks truly flew. They quickly became Hollywood's dream couple. By 1999, they were engaged. And on July 29, 2000, Brad and Jennifer tied the knot in Malibu in a stunning, star-studded ceremony with 200 guests, 50,000 flowers, fireworks, and a gospel choir. The night was straight out of a fairy tale. They were perfect together, at least on the outside. Jennifer once called Brad her anchor in the chaos of Hollywood. They even started a production company together, Plan B Entertainment, which later produced Oscar-winning films like The Departed and 12 Years a Slave. But behind the glamorous appearances, cracks began to form. In a 2003 interview, Jennifer hesitated when asked if Brad was the love of her life. "I don't know," she said softly. "He's certainly a big love in my life." She longed for family and stability, but Brad's career was accelerating at full speed. By 2005, they announced their separation, stating it was due to thoughtful consideration, and not the rumors that surrounded them. Jennifer later said, "There are many stages of grief. It's sad, something coming to an end, but I'm a human being, trying to rise above it." When photos of Brad and Angelina Jolie in Kenya surfaced shortly after, the world erupted in speculation. Jennifer's heartbreak was public and brutal. But even then, she chose grace. "I am not defined by this relationship," she said. "I'd rather everyone move on." The Angelina years: passion, family, and fall. Brad met Angelina Jolie on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2003, while he was still married to Jennifer. At first, they claimed they were just friends, but sparks flew quickly. Angelina later said, "We found this strange friendship and partnership that suddenly happened." By 2005, Brad and Angelina were inseparable. They traveled the world, adopted children together, and built a large, multicultural family. In 2006, Angelina confirmed she was pregnant with Brad's child, their daughter Shiloh. Over the years, they added more children: Maddox, Pax, Zahara, Knox, and Vivian, creating one of the most famous families in the world. In 2014, Brad and Angelina married at their French estate, Chateau Miraval, in a private ceremony where their children helped write the vows. Jolie's dress was embroidered with her kids' drawings, a symbol of the love that once defined them. But as the years went by, the fairy tale began to crumble. In 2016, Angelina filed for divorce, citing the health of the family. Reports surfaced of an argument on a private plane, allegations Brad denied, and no charges were ever filed. By 2019, they were declared legally single. Yet their legal battles over children, finances, and their French winery dragged on for years, showing that love, even when once beautiful, can leave behind deep scars. Life after the storm. Reinvention and new beginnings. After the divorce, Brad Pitt withdrew from the public eye. He focused on healing, his art, and his career. He was linked to several women: MIT professor Neri Oxman, model Nicole Podorowski, and later, model Emily Ratajkowski. But none of these relationships became serious. Then, in 2022, something changed. Brad was seen with actress Inez de Ramon, the ex-wife of the Vampire Diaries star Paul Wesley. Their chemistry was undeniable. She brought calm into his life after years of chaos. By early 2024, Inez had reportedly moved into Brad's Los Angeles home, and the couple appeared happier than ever. At 60, Brad finally seemed at peace, smiling again, attending premieres, and living quietly away from the storm that once defined him. But no matter how many years pass, one name continues to follow Brad Pitt: Jennifer Aniston. Even after their divorce, Brad and Jennifer's connection never truly faded. In interviews, Brad said, "Jen and I still maintain a deep friendship. The life we shared isn't erased." In 2020, that friendship became the talk of the world again. They reunited backstage at the SAG Awards. Brad had just won for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Jennifer for The Morning Show. Cameras caught the moment Brad held her hand, smiled, and whispered congratulations. That single touch broke the internet. Months later, they appeared together during a virtual table read of Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Their playful chemistry reminded fans of what once was easy, familiar, and genuine. When asked later, Jennifer said, "Brad and I are buddies. We're friends. There's no awkwardness, except for what people want to imagine." Years before, in 2006, she had told Vanity Fair, "I really do hope someday we can be friends again. I love Brad. I will love him for the rest of my life. He's a fantastic man. I don't regret any of it." And she kept her word. Time may have ended their marriage, but not their mutual love and respect. the woman who never left his heart. So after all the heartbreak, fame, and years of silence, who did Brad Pitt finally call the love of his life? Fans believe the answer has always been Jennifer Aniston. Their story was real, raw, and imperfect, but it was filled with respect, laughter, and friendship that outlived the romance. Even after the pain, Brad's actions spoke louder than words. He attended her 50th birthday, celebrated her successes, and never spoke ill of her. And Jennifer? She forgave, moved forward, and still calls him a friend. In a world where most Hollywood stories end in bitterness, theirs evolved into something rare. Love without possession, affection without expectation. Sometimes, the greatest kind of love isn't the one that lasts forever, but the one that never truly disappears. Brad Pitt's journey through love mirrors the human experience. Beautiful, complicated, and often unfinished. From his early romances to the chaos of fame, from heartbreak to healing, one truth remains: love leaves its mark. And after decades, the man who once had it all, fame, family, and fortune, now seems to understand that love isn't always about forever. Sometimes, it's about the memories that never fade, and the person who, despite everything, still feels like home. So, what do you think? Should Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston have given their love one more chance? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories. Because some love stories never truly end, they just find new beginnings.